He's worked with IU. He's worked with every single person that just I don't know. By the way, Nikki, I haven't seen it, but I saw a clip called of this K drama called Alchemy of Soul.
Yeah.
I think that one's up your alley.
Yeah, so I've seen the first episode or two. It's pretty good.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen clips, and that's how usually I watch a K drama by watching clips. What do you mean? No, 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 no. I see a clip that makes me watch the entire show. I already finished my demon, and it was amazing. By the way, I'm in love with the actress of my demon. I think she's just gorgeous. But I mean, if perfection had a face, it would be. But again, I say that, and then I watch another Korean, and I go like, "You're gorgeous," and then I go, "You're gorgeous," and then I'm like, "Y'all just freaking have the genes," and then I go, "Ah, if I could mix my genes with one of these and have a beautiful daughter, I could die happy." But then I think if it's a boy,
That is one way of looking at it.
what can I say?
If it's a
I
boy, you can
really do.
abort it because that's
No,
illegal in Korea.
no, no, no. I don't. I don't.
Try
I wouldn't.
again.
I wouldn't do that. But I just feel like I, if I do, not saying I will, but if I do, a girl would be the best. I have to turn on my light, but I'm so lazy. But I should since everyone. Well, no, John doesn't have his light on. Thing is, John's not. What are you implying with that, John? Hmm? No, no. What are you implying with that? Finish your thought process. Good. I'm not inferring it. Yo, by the way, just so you guys know, because I'm very happy about that. My dad got his. I said ACL, but it's not ACL, but it rhymes. Something with blood, but it starts with an A. A. Nikki,
I have no
help.
idea.
It's when you go do a test and they give you a number and then they say you're diabetic, pre-diabetic, or non-diabetic. It rhymes with ACL, but it's not the ACL because that's your knee. John, go jump off a bridge.
A1C?
A1C. I was close. ACL, A1C. I knew it was something like that. Close enough. His number was 6.1, and it was before a 50, so it dropped. I think it's supposed to be 5. I think above 6.5, you're no. 6 to 6.5, 7, you're pre-diabetic, and then anything above 7, you're diabetic. It's just a matter of what type of diabetes you have. He was at 15 and now he's at 6.1 after 6 months of walking every morning with me and working out. All right, I'm gonna. Yep, yep. I mean, John, he would tell you, but you're a disrespectful Korean in his eyes, so I'm telling Nikki, not you. What? Tell her. I'll call your bluff. Do it.
I
Uh
know.
huh.
We already
That's
talked
not a
about it.
secret. That's not a secret. I literally just said that. I did not say that part.
Oh,
I don't like how
okay.
you're trying to give this woman hope, but hey, you do you. It's, yeah, right. No, you're not. Being you, No, being you and it's annoying. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I guess something like that happened in the DnD session.
Hey, John was there. I don't know, John. That's not true. Pretty sure it was a caravan and you were there saying stupid shit. I'm not gonna say if there's a lady present. There is a lady. So you don't consider Nikki a lady? Got it. Which is by default a lady. No, nope, nope. I don't need to look anything up. Letting you know. No, I think you are the problem. Nope, that's not true. I text people. You don't. Play on thin ice, Don. Play on thin ice. I got a grenade in my hand. Uh huh, uh huh. Uh huh, uh huh. You're playing on thin ice, boy. Don't play with me today. I got a live grenade, and that's gonna stay with me for a good couple of days. I'm an open book. I don't hide anything. Nope. Yeah. Did I? Again, I don't hide anything from Nick. You? I don't tell you Jax. Why? It's not about trust, John. It's just you are just bad. What does that have to do with anything? I send Nikki videos. She at least has the decency of at least going, "Aw," or a little heart emoji or a little happy emoji. One every John, John, John. And you watch all 20 and you react to all 20.
He doesn't watch
Nikki,
mine either, if it makes you feel better.
it doesn't, but I'm glad that you also suffer. As he says that, Nikki, I literally go, huh? John posted a stupid Harambe will come back to save us. I don't know. John, you're this isn't case closed. Don't worry. You
Yee.
don't have a you're a lost cause.
No, sir. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not how that. Yeah, again, is he literally going to do the entire time stepping on her stuff? No. Look at Nikki. Simple. Grabs him,
Cat.
and that's it.
Get a cat. He's a cat, cat, cat. He's a cat, cat's cat. Cat. Get a cat. He cat, cat, cat. And he cat, cat, cat. Cat. Kitty, cat. Kitty, 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 kitty. Jump solo. Jump solo.
I don't know what you guys want.
Minnie's a pretty color for a kitty. It's like
I don't know that. I don't know what you guys want. Nope.
I don't want him either, but he's
Cats
here, so I
are
might as well pet him.
bipolar animals. I don't like bipolar animals. No, it's not cute. No, no. This looks like a cat. Yeah, they're cats. This is the guy, Nikki, that literally had you, the cats, as partners. He had them equivalent and then said you, but at the same time, he still put the cats there. I want you
I
to
know
remember.
he doesn't love me.
See, I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna put you on blast right now. We don't say that. You're on Discord, and your exact words are, "Ash, you're my favorite, but don't tell anybody." I don't ask what comes before that or after. You say that, or do you not say that? Yeah, but I tell everybody that. I don't hide it. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
go
in
straight
fairness, I
up
tell
to her.
Bubs all the time that Mo is my favorite.
I literally go straight up and I say, "You live because this one lets you live." That's simple. Just said it right now. Does he have his balls still? You guys. No, I was just wondering. That's fine. Is Blair also chink, snip snip? Well, she's not snip snip. She's a twist 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 twist. Isn't it twist
All
twist?
of our critters are fixed.
Got it. I don't know who's behind you. I don't see anything there, John.
Why is he falling asleep like this?
Holy crap, that was scary. I saw the eyes, but that's it.
Look, he's falling asleep in my hand. I was trying to be annoying. I don't think it's working.
Sounds like a him problem. Nope, he's gone. Nope, he's gone. Gone. I've been. I forgot the name of the guy we recruited, but he's also ready.
Tobald.
Guy, I'm like, this was not conquest. Hey, don't give up. We're only getting started. uh,
Morning has no warmth this day in the Eyrie. The forges pound somewhere deep below, but the air that seeps through the mountain corridors is cold and wet, smelling faintly of iron and rot. The marks on your skin burn dull and steady, like something alive beneath the surface, pulsing to its own heartbeat. Every few breaths you swear you hear it, not your heart, but something slower, deeper. Outside, marchlight stirs a slate gray sky. Church bells ring in the dawn prayer, and the sound warped. Get off my keyboard. The sound warped and hollow in the thin air. Somewhere below, the matron's ward has been sealed off. No one will speak of the patients taken from their cots last night. You each spent a restless night. Linjin, lying awake beneath Helm's banners, trying not to imagine the matron's scalpel tracing his veins. Soul, dreaming of the orchard's moans, moaning through Soul dreaming of the orchard's moans echoing through the streets, of roots twisting around his legs and whispering in Helm's voice. When the two of you meet at the forge in the chill of dawn, the world feels smaller, as if the mountain itself is holding its breath. Your new quicksilver dagger catches the light strangely. Its reflection looks pale and slick, but not silver, but mercury. And before you can speak, you both hear it again. A faint tremor underfoot, a shudder in the stones, and from far away, so far it could be imagination, a moan rising through the rock as if the earth itself is grieving. Something is moving beneath Marchlight. You both heard the sound. The air tastes metallic again. Where do you want to go first?
No, I have the mark on my hand. We have to go pick up Tobalt and go kill the orchid. You don't know what I am, right? We gotta go. We don't have time. I need to go cure my arm.
Where are you going?
Very smart choice, Soul.
You're in the church. You slept there.
Oh. Then we go pick up Tobalt with a cart and head out.
You don't have a card anymore?
Doesn't Tobalt own a cart?
No.
Doesn't the church have a
Nobody said he was prestigious. You're the one who wanted to recruit him.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. We're walking. It's gonna be a long walk.
I'd say he gives you a gruff. Born ready, he says, turning his head. He sort of like starts cracking and creaking in ways that pretty unnatural. Oh yeah. Sir Tobald, he looks up from the rack where he's been like oiling his sword. The morning light is slanting through the stained glass windows. It's cutting, bars of like gold and red across his face from the stained glass. He eyes you both. You can feel him like sizing you up, looking at Soul's restless energy, Linjin's pale hand that's still bandaged from the matron. And he exhales, through his nose, like I said, gives you a little guffaw. Am I ready? Son, I was ready before you were born. Just didn't have anyone foolish enough to go back to that orchard with me. He fastens his strap on his great sword and pushes himself to his feet with a grunt that's half pain, half habit. If the grove's still moaning, it means the heart hasn't stopped beating. We'll find it, cut it out, and pray the mountain doesn't take offense. He glances between you, one brow lifting as if to hide a grin behind all the gruff. You both still got your legs? Yep, then yes, I'm ready. The three of you step out from the eerie shadow into a sky of color of ash. The wind carries the smell of smoke from the forges above and wet earth from the valley below. Every footstep down the mountain trail feels heavier than the last. The air grows colder, the trees twisted in the wind like they're listening. Birds no longer sing outside. The only sound is the creak of leather and steel, the faint constant hum under the ground that might just be your imagination. Tobald breaks the silence. When we first reach that orchard, don't trust what you see or hear. The roots lie, and they remember every voice that's ever fed them. He adjusts his sword belt, squinting towards the distant gray sprawl of trees. And if you hear one whisper your name, make sure you never answer. No. No.
No. Churchman. Have from my note 8 gold.
No. No.
We're walking.
You want to walk all the way to Undercity, but
I think this man will die first. Covered. Don't think he is prepared for what is to come. Say so. No.
1 second. Eating ice cube, sorry.
Sing alone.
The road down from the Erie isn't kind to men on foot. The wind slaps cold across your faces, carrying the stink of the forges and the faint sweetness of rot from the valley below. The trail cuts along the mountainside in a thin gray line. Every step rattles stones down into mist. Your boots sink in the mud, your cloaks are heavy with drizzle, and there's no cart this time. No Petunia's steady plod, only the creak of wheels, only the sound of leather, steel, and breathing. You pass traders coming up the road on horseback, none stop. A few glance at your weapons, see your faces, and look away quickly. The last man to pass calls out without slowing. If you're heading towards that orchard, don't. Then he's gone into the fog. Let's see. Roll a Constitution save.
Both of us, or?
Yeah.
Is 17 for me.
Okay. Tobald rolled a 15. What'd you roll, John?
Oof.
With an 8, you try to push through the cold, the hunger, and the soreness, but you find yourself fatigued. You get disadvantage on your next physical roll. Everybody else passed the roll.
Yeah, okay.
1 sec. Let me pull something up here.
Yeah, sure, Mr. 8. We should have a backup plan. In case things go south, we burn the orchard to the ground.
A little bit nipply up in these rhinos.
No, I don't. You're just weak. Oh, I run hot. I don't think that's how that's supposed to be used. I hope so. But in case everything goes south, do we want to burn the place to the ground? I know it's your home, but and I don't think there are any live humans left. Okay. What do you say, Sir Kobold? Tobold?
Said, when you get to my age, life is only regrets, he says as he looks out somber into the sunlight, starting to fade over the hills as the sun is starting to go down. As you guys remember, this was about a full day's ride before on carriage, so it's going to be 2 days on foot. He grips the handle on his sword and says, "We ought to think about making camp soon. It's not safe to move around these woods in the dark."
I agree. Can we find like a good place to
Sure.
make camp? You want me to roll, or do I just auto find one?
Let's have you roll. Survive?
Yeah. Okay.
You can decide which one of you.
How much you have on survival? Alright, I'll do. That's a 15.
With the 15, you're able to spot a little spot off of the trail. It's auspiciously away from the trees, which is great. You feel like you've got really good vision of the tree line. It's comparatively drier than some of the other dirt, and it feels pretty calm. Seems like a pretty good place to camp as far as these things go.
I will let my party members know. I think this is a good spot. Stop and rest for the night. I will gather the wood.
So I think I gave you short rest before. I'll let you guys long rest here if you want to use your supplies.
Yeah, we'll do it long. You have at a disadvantage.
Yeah, I'll let you go ahead and remove it.
So did we like long rest? No need to do watches or anything? It's the next day?
That's
I
up
mean,
to
just
you.
saying. What, like, it's nighttime, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, what time is it? If we went to bed now, we would wake up at, like, what time?
You wake up in the morning, assuming that you're able to successfully long rest.
Oh. I'll take first watch then.
uh,
I'll put the mercury dagger on my fucked up arm just to like seal it. I don't want to hear no crap. I don't want to hear no nothing from this thing.
okay.
Like a wine cork. I just put a cork on it.
Can you hear anything? The music?
No. Yeah, I was hearing it before, and then you push something. Maybe it's. Oh, how what? I'll put it on. Oh yeah, I hear it.
Okay.
I have it at one.
Night falls like wet wool. The three of you make camp off the old orchard road just beyond where the ground turns slick with sap. There's no moon tonight, only the faint glow of fungus on the fallen tree and the red blink of Tobald's pipe amber. The rain has stopped, but the air feels too heavy, too still. Your small fire pops and hisses as if it's protesting the damp. The road is silent except for the occasional drip of water from the leaves. Sir Tobald sits sharpening his blade with rhythmic patience. We'll head out at first light, he mutters. Sleep while the dark's still thinking about it. Linjin's pack becomes a pillow. Saul mumbles a prayer to Helm that mostly sounds like an argument, and for a while it's calm, almost peaceful, until you hear it. At first, it's faint. Clop, clop, clop. Roll perception.
This is Petunia. It's getting a butt whoop. Oh, that was so close to a natural 19 on the die, but that's a 12 perception.
Oh,
What?
said Saul.
Oh, John.
I didn't think you were asleep yet. Are you asleep? Okay. We'll just. With the 12, you hear a weird sound. But you look around and you don't see anything. Um, so you're not sure. You've got a pretty good line of vision on everything.
I will take out my daggers. Is Tobalt awake?
Yes.
I'll be like, keep your eyes open. You might have a company.
What? He says.
Don't die.
Oh yeah. Roll perception.
Oh, that's a 19 on the die plus 3, 22. Get the 19
With the
bitch.
22, looking at the wall, something occurs to you that you failed to notice before. You don't think he can hear very well. He's been reading lips.
No, man is less. Uh, dang, I don't know what to do. I'll grab one of the stick woods that I got, and I'll just start like marking the floor. Like you know how you do like a circle of salt so that nothing can go in?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a circle around us and essentially just kind of make it our perimeter. If something were to enter this circle, I will deem it as a threat.
Okay. As you do that, Tobald starts to pay more attention to his surroundings. He's looking around. He's observing. He starts to sniff the air, and he's like, "Son, you smelled like boiled socks."
Uh, I don't know what to say about that. Is that a good thing or a bad?
Uh, Tobald, he looks at you for a second, eyes squinting, and he looks back at the tent to see if Soul is starting to stir, and then he looks at you. You don't think he's gonna answer you.
Does he at least like look like he has his sword at the ready? Or is he just like in his own world?
No, he's got the sword at the ready. He's like sort of like crouching down, observing. He's inside your circle.
Okay. I will maybe grab like some pebbles and I'm gonna start throwing them in different directions
Okay.
just to see if that makes something move or come out of the forest that we're like if it reacts to sound or vibration.
Okay. Um. So you pick up the pebbles, and as you uh throw them out into the forest, the camp is quiet. You notice that the air feels thick enough to chew. You hear the faint hiss of rain that's just now starting to drip off of the trees, but otherwise nothing but the sound of the pebbles falling. The fire snaps and spits as you pick up another small pebble. You exchange a look with Tobald. Tobald looks at you. What are you doing?
I am testing the area to see if anything pops out from where I throw the pebble.
You're doing a science experiment in the dark, kid.
Sure. Yes.
Uh, Tobald picks up a pebble and he throws it. You hear the pebble skip twice across the mud and they hit a tree trunk with a wet thunk. Silence. Nothing moves. Then, faintly, a sound, but not where you threw it, from the opposite direction. You hear a clop scrape.
Uh, how close did I hear it on the opposite direction from us?
Roll perception. Or insight.
Ha ha! Natural 20 perception, 23 total.
With the 23, you shoot around behind you, and it's hard to tell because it sounds like the distance is like close and then far away, if that makes sense. Um, but you catch a glimpse of something with a perfect 20 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Something wet that seems to be glinting between the trees, low to the ground, moving slow between them, and then in an instant it's gone.
Did it look like it was slithering? Or it was like you said, clock, clock, like it has.
Just a dark shape darting between the trees.
Okay. I'll go and wake up Soul and say, eh, Soul, Soul, wake up. No, we we might have a company. Be, no, stupid. Yes. Shut up.
After Soul's declaration, it feels like the night holds its breath. The sound has stopped again. No hooves now, no wind, no rain, just the faint crackle of dying fire and the soft creak of letter as Tobald slowly rises to his feet. Then you see it. Between the trees, maybe 20 paces out, something moves again. Not fast, just enough to catch the eye when the fire flickers. A dark shape, broad, low to the ground, too still for a man, too tall for a wolf. The firelight catches it for half a second, the sheen of something wet again, like a coat slick with rain, and then it's gone behind the trunk. Tobald looks at you in a half whisper, and he says, "What in hell's brittle bones is that?" He leans closer to you, Linjin. "You see it too, don't you? Tell me I'm not arguing with my cataracts."
Do I see it?
Yes.
Is it like a tree? A
Just
donk?
a really broad dark shape darting around between the trees.
Yes, I see it, Tobol. Uh, think we hold our ground and let it come to us. And if it seems hostile, we attack.
Okay. Um so if you're just going to hold your ground, um
You want to go by yourself and scout it out? Okay. Go.
sure, son. I'm right behind you.
It's a Mercury dagger.
As Totebald gets up, he lets out a long, long groan. You two just can't leave well enough alone, can you? He unsheathes his sword as he starts to make his way cautiously to the tree line, grumbling the entire way, joints cracking, sword resting, now ready in his hand. Uh, he just sort of like gives you the nod, like, go on then. The woods are heavy with fog. The ground squelches under your feet. Every tree looks the same, slick trunks, drooping branches, rain still dripping from the leaves. You sweep your torch slowly back and forth. The light turns the mist to gold, then swallows itself again a few paces out. Roll perception.
Just him or both?
Just him. You didn't go, right?
Nope, I didn't go. Yeah, okay.
You rolled a 16? With the 16, you're looking around and you're investigating, and you notice something strange. Hoof prints in the dirt, but they don't seem to lead anywhere logical. They lead into trees or just around in circles. They don't seem to be attached in a set of four, and each hoof print seems to sink deeper in the mud than the last one. Almost like whatever had them was growing heavier as it walked, or wasn't walking on 4 feet. Um, you don't see any of these that with a score that high. You don't notice that these seem to be fresh tracks. They seem like they've been there for a while, and you don't see any further movement. You don't see anything out in the tree lines, just fog and wet leaves rubbing together overhead. Um, Saul doesn't really respond to that, but he crouches by one of the prints. He runs a callous thumb through the water pool inside, and it comes away slick, not with mud, but with something thicker, sap. "These roots are reaching farther than I thought," he says, his voice quieter. Uh, Things like this don't just wander off. They'll wait for you to follow." He stops to listen again for a while longer, but the forest gives Tobald nothing back. Finally, he gestures towards the camp with a grunt. "Back to bed. If it wanted us dead tonight, it would have done us the courtesy already."
That does not bode well. Still think we need to be careful and check if it comes closer to us tonight. Why would you ever follow them? Ah, I see.
Roll history, Saul. With the 17, Saul had his Wheaties today, and for the first time possibly ever, he flashes back to something that he remembered hearing about um, before. He had somewhat distantly followed the life of another middle child noble, Theo Lancastle, who had grown up in in Marchlight, unlike Saul, who had grown up in the country. But he remembered hearing about Theo Lancastle being involved in a great scandal with another unnamed person where they had run over a man in the street. When it had been sort of come to light that they had crushed this man to death in broad daylight, they tried to blame a Kelpie, and that there was a Kelpie driving the carriage. At least that's what you heard in the rumor. The other rumors were that they were very strangely dressed and might have been under the influence.
Do you share that? I see. I am lost how this story helps us now, but thank you for that history. I don't think it's a Kelpie like you said, but okay.
You could go investigate.
Okay.
Uh, the morning doesn't come with light. It just sort of fades in around you. The mist thickens until it's pale instead of black, and the trees sharpen into silhouettes. The fire's gone cold, the ground's still wet from rain. Sir Tobald is already awake. He never really slept again. He sits hunched on a log, staring in the direction of the hoof prints that aren't there anymore. Just a patch of soil that glistens faintly, as though something silver had been spilled and soaked back into the earth. Eat fast. We'll walk before the road wakes up, he warns you.
What to? So I guess it's me. What else do you know about the orchard, Tobold?
He gives you a long stare, like he's disassociating. Um, uh, when I was a boy, long, long ago, before the order, I grew up out in the country, and back then the monster attacks weren't so frequent. Um, they used to be far more scattered, far more distant. It was a great tragedy back then if even a single person succumbed to a werewolf or a vampire in a single year, and now it feels like the attacks are almost constant. Um, he looks off, picks up a piece of grass, and starts to chew it as though he's thinking, there used to be tales in this town, in this area, about the orchard. Just wives' tales mostly. They used to tell us things like, to not go out at night, or if you hear something calling your name, to not respond. Uh, they used to tell tales that there are there are things older than life itself in this land, and that some of the deeper deeper wolves, or deeper woods, not wolves, and some of the deeper woods, they those things still prowl, but uh, the order the order teaches us against such things. The order says that these are just superstitions, or remnants of the old ways. Before we learned about, you know, order and discipline. Uh, but sometimes when I'm out here and he looks around the woods, he seems like he's shuddering a bit. I can't help but wonder if there might not have been a bit of truth to some of those tales.
If you do not learn from the past, you are more than likely going to repeat itself or repeat it. So it is good to remember what you do.
Um, he seems like he considers what you say, but he doesn't look at you. He's still looking in the direction of some of those hooves. Um, he, with a grunt, a little bit of a groan, he decides to get up and follow Saul to go investigate. You notice the
I
fog is
I was gonna say I'll follow, I'll go with him as well, so he doesn't. So we're all together essentially.
yeah,
I'm not
the
staying.
fog cleans thicker now, swirling around all your boots. The hoof prints out in the forest have grown clearer, deeper, rounder, pressed into the mud as though something heavy had now passed through only a few minutes ago. Sir Tobald will squat down with creak of his knees and squint at the trails. He looks at it and he shakes his head with frustration. This is all wrong. Horses don't walk like this.
Maybe it is a possessed horse. It's not really horse, but plant horse or tree horse.
Um, you can roll survival, nature, arcana, religion, or insight.
I'll do insight.
Okay.
Ooh, dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, you're looking at these footprints and you're noticing something weird. You just have this hunch that as you sat in the camp the night before, you watched the torches from Tobald and Saul very closely because you're trying to determine if there was any signs of danger or if they needed any help. And you can't help but feel like the pattern of these hooves now seems to be tracing the general pattern that they walked together, as they did circles around the woods. Like it seems like the path that the new hoof prints are in the same pattern of the path that they had walked the previous night.
Interest. I'll relay this to Tobalt and Sol.
Okay. Yep.
Seems to be.
Roll religion, so. With the 7, you look at the hoof prints and you trace the outline with the rim of your finger, or you trace the rim. Sorry, the outline with your finger. You think very deeply about anything that you've read in the lore about Kelpies. You think deeply about what you heard and gossip about the Kelpie that had possessed the carriage and ran over the man, supposedly, back in Marchlot. And you determine that after thinking about it deeply, you just feel this voice inside of you just well up. And you've never been so sure of anything in your entire life. This, you say, looking at it, is a hoof print.
Is a what?
Is a hoof print.
A who? I I did not say it was human. I said it was shadow creature. That sounded clunk, clunk, clunk. Could also just be a lost horse, a smart horse. I think you are wrong. I cannot fight that. How many trained horses do you have? Okay, so we are on our own. I do not, but we can follow the track if that is what we want to. The J1 paper. The search of the J1 paper. Shall see.
So you guys are.
I will tie the rope to me, and then I will, with the extra, give the rest to Tobalt. Oh, and I'll.
Tobald grabs the little nub end of the rope and he just looks at it sadly, letting it drop.
I'm so sorry. No more rope. You are
When I
on
was
your
a
own.
boy, this reminds me of back when I was a boy growing up in the orphanage. We didn't have many toys, so sometimes we would take the long strands of of hay and straw that would grow alongside the river and braid it into something of a jump rope. But I was never very coordinated, so sometimes I would step on the rope and it would break because it was only made out of hay, and then the kids wouldn't let me play jump rope. The other children wouldn't let me play jump rope with them anymore, and I was alone.
Mr. Tobalt, you have very sad stories.
I have many such stories, he says, doing 1,000 yard stare off into the distance.
On
With that, Tobald's usual very calm and gruff demeanor suddenly shifts. You see a spark of flames behind his eyes as he looks up to the heaven and declares, "But has Helm given me a rope? No, there is no rope for Tobald again this day." And then suddenly he's calm again.
Man is
Helm reaches down and grabs the nub end of the rope, just too short for his body again. He holds it up and he shakes it in your face with tears in his eyes. It says, "There is no Helm." And then he like drops the rope. He drops the rope and he stomps away from you, following the hoof prints down the road.
no. I think no. I think. Shut up. Shut up. No. Just like your name. You're going too far with. I don't know. I haven't seen you talk to a single woman. I mean, I don't think that would have stopped you. I will say what I heard the kids in the say. You ain't got no bitches. I don't know. Okay. I don't even know what it. I think Tertobalt is going to die alone. Okay. And I guess we're following stupid track instead of going to find Mr. Tobalt.
The Tobald went in the direction of the tracks.
Oh, then we're just gonna follow him. Yeah, we'll just follow him.
So, following the hoof prints a bit further down the road, you find a place where the mud deepens and the prints suddenly stop. No more ahead, just three perfect circles side by side, as though the creature stood still and then sank directly down. You notice you notice the air now smells faintly of apples. Tobald's gonna take his sword and drive it into the mud. It'll sink several inches below with a squelch and then hit something hard beneath. Pulling it free, you see that there's streaks of silver sap along his blade. As he holds up his sword, you notice the sap is starting to erode the edge of his sword as it drips down. You also notice that there are faint tears streaming down Tobald's face.
The orchard is here.
Tobald looks at his blade and he considers a bit longer. Whatever this is, it's not hunting us, yet it's following us, like it's waiting for something.
Wonder what they're waiting for, but we need to maybe rest a little longer and get to the main body, the orchard. I, I, I don't think the tree can move from where it is. We should just go to the town and work our way from there to find the main body of the tree. Yes. Sounds sounds good. Sounds good. I will rest and wake me up when we are under attack or ready to go.
So you guys are gonna head back to the camp and
No, we're gonna rest right where we are to like see if something comes out from the
oh, okay.
mud that Mr. Tobalt attacked.
Tobald looks around and he sighs. If it's using its roots to move somehow, there's got to be a main body somewhere, a hive or something. He pulls up a like a medium-sized rock and sits on it. The last of the morning fog hasn't yet burned off. It clings to your boots and breath, curling like smoke around the roots that ripple beneath the mud. The quicksilver smear on Tobald's blade still is gleaming faintly. The hoofprints vanish where the ground has swallowed him, but the ideal of the creature, whatever it is, lingers in every glance over your shoulders.
I'm asleep, so
Um,
but you heard it. We have to follow the roots to the main body. True.
uh, okay. Roll perception. Mhm. With an 11, you look around. A part of you really expects to see something. You really expect something to happen, but nothing happens. You look at the puddle, you observe, um, but everything seems quiet, nothing seems amiss. What you do notice is that it's very eerily quiet. There doesn't seem to be any birds or squirrels or any of the normal forest sounds that you would expect. But other than that, there's nothing. Okay, nothing, nothing happens.
I'm awake. What's happening? Okay, I will do so, and I will go, and I'm going to, with the mercury dagger, just kind of scratch the surface of the mud, just to see if I can nick something or whatever that might be there.
Um, as you scratch the surface of the mud, you just, you push off the grass and things that are growing there. You unearth a little, some bugs, some rocks, some dirt, some things right beneath the surface, but nothing happens.
I go, Maybe still waking up. I thought that a good idea, but maybe not.
Um, roll insight.
Man, ooh, 21.
3 years, no, before that.
Um, with the 21, something occurs to you. You think back about how Soul like stabbed at the roots before, and how it came back. Tobald, yeah, sorry. Stabbed at the roots before, and it came back dripping. And you have this hunch that maybe the roots are deeper than what you just scratched. So if you wanted to interact with the roots, you might have to go a little harder than just scratching the surface.
Okay. From thinking about that, I will wait until everyone's awake to decide to scratch deeper into the mud.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it safe.
Um, nothing else happens.
Did everyone finish resting? Or there's still a couple hours left?
It's up to you guys. I'm willing to give it to you now, or you can keep sleeping.
Nope. I'll take it now. I'll wake up everybody and I'll say, I think we need to attack the roots that are here and then follow them to the main body. But they are deeper than the surface. No, no, I can pull you out. I am stronger. No, use your sword. The dagger, the dagger is for the main body, not the root. Uh, okay, I can use but I need you to use your sword to get deeper. The daggers don't go as deep as your sword.
That's what she said.
Um, God. Finish the sentence, John. No, you're not saying finish the sentence. I, I, I don't know the meaning behind your words. Sure, okay.
Um,
And then
as
I'll
you
strike after I'll strike wherever he strikes, I'll strike as well in that spot as deep as I can.
as you do that, it feels like everything in the world just goes silent for a moment. Everything is still, and then the ground shivers under your feet. The pulse that ran through the roots a moment ago doesn't fade this time. It builds. A low rumble spreads outward like thunder rolling beneath the earth. Tobald's eyes widen. He looks at you, Jen, and he looks at Soul, and he says, "We've awoken it." And then, all of a sudden, the forest erupts. A geyser of mud and silver and sap explodes just beyond your campfire, showering you in filth and sparks. The roots convulse, twisting up from the ground like skeletal hands. And through that mess, through the mist and the rain and the noise, something climbs out of the hole. It lands hard enough to shake the trees around it. 4 legs, a ragged bridle still swinging from its neck. One ear missing, a single furious eye glowing amber through a mask of dripping black sap. It's Petunia, but this time she's huge, swollen with bark and root, her hooves steaming, her mane writhing like vines. She looks like someone carved a warhorse out of an apple tree and then forgot to stop watering it. She lets out a sound that begins as a bray but turns into something unholy halfway through. Hee haw! The shockwave rattles every loose bone in your body. Your torches go out. Legion's silver dagger begins to hum, and Tobald's jaw drops. That is the angriest donkey I have ever seen. Roll for initiative.
Uh-oh. Not my donkey anymore. You killed it. Ooh, 22. So, just to make sure, it came out. Is the roots like still connected to wherever, like, you know how roots are? They come from the main trunk. When she's out, do we still see like the roots connected to the body?
Yeah.
Okay. So we could technically still follow these roots to the main body. Just kind of a we're gonna have to deal with Petunia mutation.
Yep. Okay. So with initiative, Soul, you're first. What would you like to do?
Wait, didn't I roll higher than Soul?
Did you?
I did a 22.
Oh, sorry, I got you backwards. Legion.
Okay. As I see the Petunia all messed up, I'll take out the Mercury dagger and I'll just I am sorry. Will rest in peace now. And I will attack Petunia with the Mercury dagger.
Okay.
Uh, ooh. 22 to hit.
Alrighty. Let me
Does that
pull her
hit?
stats back up.
Okay, doke. You let me know if that hit.
Uh, Before anyone else can move, you lunge forward. The rope at your waist jerks taut, yanking Soul half a step forward. Uh, the quicksilver light arcs through the fog as your dagger cuts the air and strikes true. And it hits. Petunia bellows a horrible choking sound as silver blood sprays in a bright molten hiss. Where the blade enters, the sap recoils like something alive, shriveling from the metal's touch. Um, let's see. Let's have you roll a 1d6 plus your dex mod.
Nope. 6 plus my dex. That's a total of 5.
Um, your blade hits on her shoulder, but just barely. It nicks the bark and sinew. A gout of silver sap busts outward, sizzling as it hits the mud. The smell of burnt apples fills the clearing. Petunia screams. Her body lurches sideways, roots bursting from her legs like tendons made of vines. The ground quakes beneath her hoofs. Tobald is like, exclaims, "By the gods, boy, you stabbed a donkey!" He looks both horrified and slightly impressed. Next up is Petunia. She rears up on her hind legs, enraged and half mad. The whites of her eyes are now pure silver. She crashes back down, hooves striking the ground so hard the mud jumps. She attacks Lin Jin. Let's see. I rolled a 14.
That does not hit. My armor class is 15.
Her hoof misses you by an inch, slamming into the mud beside you and splattering everyone with quicksilver muck. The ground where she struck begins to stream. The ground where she struck begins to steam. You can feel the heat radiating from it. The roots beneath the surface are beginning to wake up. She's calling the orchard. You've got seconds before this place turns into a farm-wide funeral, Tobald exclaims.
Should we head towards the main body, or what should we do, Tobald?
Tobald begins to stomp through the mud, muttering curses that are half prayers. He slams the flat of his great sword against Petunia's flank in order to distract her and motions for you to run.
Without him?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even. Tell me it's Soul's turn. What are we doing? I don't even know.
Yeah, sorry, it's Soul's turn.
I don't know. I'm thinking about, like, I don't know what we're doing in the sense of, like, this became a funeral. We must follow the route.
Get out of here, both of you. Run, Tobal screams. That's an order. As he slams again the flat of his blade into her flank. The sound is like striking a cathedral bell, deep, metallic, and final. Sap sprays his face and shoulders. It burns where it lands, but the old knight doesn't flinch. Move, damn you! The ground's waking up. But leave the rope.
Are we leaving the rope? Oh, okay.
Alright.
I don't even know where we're leaving. I don't even know what's happening. This is essentially like the call of the wild. Oh, they're here! They're here!
I'm just laughing. Like, how many people are you guys gonna bring out here and abandon? It's gonna be a whole army of
Hey,
people you've
John is
recruited.
the one. John is the one that said he wanted to. Well, yeah, because he needed to figure out where they lead. Yeah, well, it was gonna wake up anyways. He was always gonna be lost.
So are you guys running then?
Yep.
Um, as you guys run, the mud, rain, and fog blur the world into one big smear of gray. Behind you, you can hear it, the thundering of hooves, the clash of metal on bark, and Tobald's voice, rough as gravel and twice as stubborn. You glance back just once and see the old knight framed in firelight. Petunia towers over him, her body glowing with molten silver, veins of sap pulsing through her like veins of lightning. He doesn't move. He plants his boots and lowers his sword. Tobald braces, his feet sinking ankle deep in the mud. His breath comes out in clouds. His arms shake, but his grip is steady. He mutters to himself, "Old bones don't fail me now. I'd hate to die flexible." He takes a step forward, raising his greatsword, and swings with everything left in him. Hold on, I have to pull this up. Okay, I rolled 23 to hit.
Lord. For Cobalt to the tree,
Yeah.
the donkey tree.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand my ground and try to fight Petunia to the bitter end.
Let's go.
So I did 11 slashing damage. The blade bites deep into her chest, the sound like steel carving through wet wood. Silver blood gushes out, burning Tobald's forearms, but he doesn't let go. "That's for my boots, you possessed mule," he says. Petunia reels back, braying so loud the trees shake. Petunia kicks, hoofs striking like warhammers. 24 to hit.
Uh-oh.
And then she does 2d8 plus 4.
That's a lot of
So
damage.
that's 15 bludgeoning plus 4 necrotic. Tobald gets thrown back several feet, crashing through a rotten fence post, landing hard in the mud. He coughs and spits silver and laughs. "You hit like my dead wife." He pushes himself up, bracing on his sword. The mud beneath him steams. His cloak burns where the sap touched it. Tobald staggers to his feet, clutching his ribs. He stares at the creature, no longer Petunia. Not really, but something old flickers behind its eyes. "Ah, you poor thing. You didn't ask for this," Tobald mutters to himself. He digs his heels in and murmurs a quiet apology. He considers for a moment that this creature has had a life of service her entire life. She was born into the slavery of the Marchlight. She pulled carts dutifully her entire life, and just as it was finally time for her to retire, she was abandoned to this fate. "Life is cruel to the old ones like us," he says, as he thrusts the greatsword upwards as she charges.
We literally just left and had these guys 1v1.
Alright, 25 to hit.
Oh,
13
let's go,
slashing.
Cobalt.
The blade drives straight up through her throat. For a heartbeat, they're both still, just an old knot and an old broken beast locked in silence. Then Petunia explodes. A geyser of molten sap engulfs them both. The forest lights up silver and white. You see the flash before you see the flash before you hear the sound. A blinding flare through the trees, followed by a crack like thunder. The air turns metallic, tasting of iron and burnt apples. Then nothing, just rain. When you finally stop running and look back, there's only fog where the clearing was. No sound, no movement, just a faint smell of smoke. The rope, still tied around Tobald's waist, hangs limp, its end charred and black.
Well, do we still see the roots that we kind of attacked, like to like follow them to the main body, or no?
No, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're not there.
This means we have to undig them, but just bring more things. What do we do, Sol? She's getting hugged. So we go to the village. Sounds good. We're gonna head towards the village.
Okay. I need better combat music. Yeah. The clearing Glowing as a ruin of steam and silver light, the rain hisses as it hits the molten sap, turning the ground to mud and glass. And through the chaos, something moves. Not the beast, not the roots, but Tobald. The rope that had tied Soul and Lin Jin together hangs from his belt, the end frayed and burned black. He hauls himself upright, coughing sap, gripping his sword in both hands. As the old knight stands up straight, he looks at the corpse of Petunia and squares his shoulders. Not today, you old miserable mule. He wraps the rope once around his arm in a single loop, and he sighs. Um, Tobald staggers, half blind, and slams his sword point first into the ground to stay upright. Sap drips from his beard, hissing where it hit the dirt. Still got it, he wheezes to himself. He slings the burnt rope over his shoulder one more time like a trophy and limps after the others, muttering, "If I live through this, I'm charging overtime." The forest is deathly quiet now, even the fog seems ashamed to move. You run until your lungs ache, and the ground starts to slope upward again, the path splitting towards the old orchard. The roots that once slithered beneath your feet are now still, thin trails of silver threading across the mud, leading like veins towards a ruined village. Um, you walk in silence for a while, only sound a squelch of boots and mud and the rhythmic throb of something rhythmic throb of something beneath the ground. As you get closer to the village, the silver veins around your feet brighten, all at once, pointing ahead towards the orchard, towards the heart of whatever this is, glowing faintly beneath the ground. The trail descends into a shadow valley. The air is growing colder, heavier, wetter, with cloying sweetness like rotten fruit. As the mist parts, you see it again, the orchard village. Only now it's alive. The houses pulse faintly, windows glowing from within as if filled with liquid light. The branches have grown through the doorways and roofs, twisting together in grotesque patterns. The old well in the square glows the brightest, silver and gold, pulsing like a heartbeat, and every beat echoes through the ground beneath your feet. The same rhythm as the sap in Linjin's veins, and the same rhythm that throbs in Soul's head. What would you like to do?
Alright. So we're in the village. Do we see the big tree, the big orchard? Like, is it visible from where we are?
Yeah, the orchard is all around. There's not like one big tree. It's like lines of
Okay, so
trees.
we don't know where its like main body is, so I'll just look at so I think we implement the plan and we start burning areas to attract the hollow ones to different locations with the burn as we use it for cover to get to the main body in this village, or start chopping at its core, because I think it is everywhere. Yes, no, but if we do localized fire in different areas, it will have to send its troops to either turn off, because if not, it will just die from a wildfire that was not stopped. Well, then it will make our job easier. Can always rebuild. It is the people that make the village, not the object. I don't know why you keep referencing this, but okay.
So, are you trying to burn the village down? Is that the?
Well,
Agree.
in my head, I'm thinking of like doing area fires all around this village, like maybe 4 or 5, just so that when we go attack, it doesn't send everybody to where we are. It's like, oh shit, I'm being attacked here, over here, over here. So
Sure.
it's like, where do I go if everywhere I'm being attacked?
So what are
And
you using for the fire?
what's it called? I have in my inventory a flint, so I'm just gonna start, grab some wood.
You're gonna set a house on fire with a flint.
No, I'm gonna grab a like like a little hay with a torch, put a cloth, turn it on, and then just throw that essentially like a Molotov. Just throw the torch in one room, throw the torch another area, and then another area, and then if
Uh,
all of the fires get really really big, well, that's out of our hand.
um, where are you gonna get the hay and stuff?
Well, it doesn't have to be hay. I was just giving an example. Like there has to be flat, like something that can be burnt. Because I know I can find branches anywhere and just rip a branch off and put like a piece of cloth or anything that'll make this branch like have a little bit of fire, and then just as long as it has a little bit of fire and I throw it in the house, it'll catch on fire. It'll burn the house.
Um, okay, but then you're gonna have to go into the woods, right?
No, because when we did the long rest, I said I gathered a bunch of branches. I just haven't.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah, because I figured we were gonna need them to do this, so I grabbed a couple. Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't go and chop off a tree. It's just like I caught branches here and there, and instead of making like all of them for the fire that we did, like that bonfire or whatever, I kept a couple with us. Do this. Now, will it work? I don't know. You tell me.
Okay. Alright, one sec. Let me change the music really quick. This is really
That's
killing
fine.
the vibe.
Because like I said, if it doesn't work, then we'll do something else. But we gotta freaking either kill everything today, or I don't like what I mean in the DnD time, not like real time. Because we're here, and there is no we're leaving anymore. We're here. We're locked. I mean, I guess, but oh shit. I've been locked.
Alright, so you fashion some bombs. Soul, are you joining him or is this just legend? Okay.
I say we do about maybe 5 localized fires. Just like I said, to have the hollowed ones or whatever it has be like, where am I being attacked from? We're making, what's it called? Dummy attack.
Okay. So you guys are splitting up then?
Yeah, but like still in like like I can still see him and he can see.
Okay. So you guys split up within
Eyesight?
yeah. You tear into the ruined yards like use this
I lowered it to 30.
tear into the ruined yards of houses like men who know the value of light, bundles of damp hay, broken sticks, and that you had collected from the night before in flints in hand. You take torches and intone something that sounds like a prayer, close across with a rallying cry. You sling the tampers onto you sling the tampers onto the flint and strike a match that lights the bundles. Tobald catches up, out of breath. Without even talking, he seems to have ascertained the plan from watching, and he limps over, picks up a length of thatch, and snorts and brushes the sap from his beard and says, "We're gonna make a spectacle. At least let's make it quick." You drag the smoking bundles near to the houses, and the thatch on the houses catches with a sick, eager hiss. The windows bloom orange, swallowing roof line and leaves. Smoke funnels up, sour, metallic. Light stabs through the doorways, painting the orchard in a furious, hungry gold. From the trees, at first in whispers, and then in broken, creaking voices, the hollow ones begin to move towards the glare. The flames eat the nearest trunks, and somewhere deep, the well answers in a single hungry pulse. I would like each of you to either roll survival, dexterity, or stealth.
So. I'll just stealth.
Okay.
Ooh, 21.
With the 21, you realize that if you want to avoid immediately drawing all the hollow ones onto you, you should maybe try to like flank around them as you're setting the trap. So don't like go directly through the middle.
Okay. So go like, more eastwards or westwards and then go upwards. Okay, got it. I'll let my party members know that.
Saul. Okay. You're able to throw the burning bundles effectively into the targeted houses, and it succeeds in lowering the hollow ones into the square in the center of the town. Fires form controlled rings that funnel most of the hollow ones into the village center. The hollow ones show up in waves. You notice that they do not come into the fire, and that they seem to burn quickly. The well at the center of town it stirs, and it exposes a central root or maw from the short window that you can see between the, I don't know what you call it, the like wooden rig on top of the well.
Gotcha. Where the little thing would pick up the rope for the bucket?
Yep.
Got it.
Yep. So yeah. What would you like to do?
I let them know. I think I see the main route. Let's go into the well like we did when we first met Sol and Double. I'll start heading towards that well, and I'm assuming that we have to go in. I think it's inside, just like when we first met. It's like we're gonna go in that well, and I think we'll find it there. Or does correction? Say this. That main route that like popped out. Is it coming out of the well, or it's just above the well?
It's coming out of the well.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm jumping in there.
You decide to jump?
Well, not jump, but like, you know what I mean. I'm gonna go in the well. I don't know how deep it is, but I'm not
breaks a leg.
I'm not stupid to just straight up jump in there. I'm gonna be smart. Nope. But I will lead the way.
As you approach the well, fires crackle behind you, swallowing the village in waves of orange and smoke. Ahead, the squares glow silver, light spilling from the well like liquid moonlight. The air hums, low and steady, a heartbeat too slow to be human. Roots spiderweb out of the well's rim, pulsing faintly. The ground rises and falls with each beat, and from inside, you hear the soft, wet sound of breathing. Sir Tobald grips his sword tighter beside of you, the flame reflected in his own weary eyes. There's the heart, big and ugly. But now, are we jumping in and hoping for the best? A faint wind moves through the square, carrying the scent of iron and apples left to rot.
It is now or never. We charge.
Okay. Tobald agrees. Worthy order, as all three of you begin running Marvel style towards the well. You approach the well and hit at a very frustrating bottleneck. There's only one rig, so only one of you can go down at a time. It's really messing with your hero moment.
We run. Go. Oh shit! Wait. Another person comes down. Let's go. Oh wait, one more. And then we all go.
Okay. So you're all gonna go one at a time, not gonna go together?
No. I meant like going down the well.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna go one at a time. I mean, can we all? I don't think we all fit one go.
I mean, depends on how cozy you want to get, I guess. You can all just like cuddle each other around the rope.
No, I
Stand
don't
on the
want to
bucket with one foot.
No, I'm not gonna cuddle. We'll do one at a time.
Alright.
No, I go first. Okay, fine. J1 papers, here I come. For J1.
Tobald
What
looks
is-
around, confused. For J1 papers!
That's the spirit, Tobal.
Yep.
And then as he's going down, like I'll go second, and then I guess Tobalt's third.
Okay. So as all three of you jump down the well, you look around, and as you take your first steps onto the root floor, the entire chamber contracts once around you like a huge lung exhaling. Sap drips from the ceiling in slow, heavy drops. Ahead in the darkness, two pinpoints of light open like eyes. A voice rolls through the tunnel, slow and wet. Feed or free. The roots shift dramatically underneath your boots, knocking you all prone. The pulsing accelerates, and the walls begin to close. And that is where we will end today.
Alright, we found the main body.